What's good, YouTube? It's Justice. I used to be Pay, and today I'm back with another video. And yes, I am going to join the long line of bots who have all made videos on Adam22, but I think my video will be a little bit different. Now, if you don't know what's happening with Adam22, I feel like you're just living under a rock at this point, because everyone knows, even people who don't really care about rap or know anything about it, but Adam22 married his wife, Lena the Plug, like a couple months ago, a month ago or whatever. They've been together for a long time. She does spicy content, and she hasn't done spicy content with another man because she's been with Adam, but now she just filmed a scene with this other guy.
You guys, my husband finally gave me my wedding gift, and he's here right now.
Congratulations.
This is a good gift.
Okay.
And it's like a huge story, right? Because obviously Adam22 just let his wife be with another man. It's a huge story. It's a huge deal. Everyone's talking about it. And this story has just been everywhere. Like literally everybody ever has been making videos on it. They've been watching the tape, reviewing it. I've seen academics literally reacting to the video like it was like a game 7 in the NBA finals, and he's commentating over it like he just called a buzzer beater. Like
rubbing on muscles that Adam don't even have. Okay, bet. I bet. Oh, is that the side of his face? Oh my God. What is he saying to her? Oh, he's talking her through it. You can do this, baby. He's like a midwife. Oh, she's grabbing the ankles.
just crazy stuff. But this tape, this whole thing has kind of just activated the bot chip in everyone's brain. It even activated the bot chip in my brain. I made a video about it kind of trolling, but it's activated the bot chip in everyone's brain. And it just showed me how easily we can just be kind of like manipulated in the public eye. Like we all, I don't know, maybe if it's like the GMOs or maybe it's from TikTok, I don't know what it is, but we all have like a little bot chip in our brain and it can be activated, and everyone's bot chip has been activated by the situation. Everyone's been talking about it. My mom even knows about the situation, and she doesn't really pay attention to Adam. She didn't even know who Adam22 was, but she knew about the situation. Like it's so big. Everyone knows about it. It's this huge deal. And it's kind of just thrown a blind over our eyes, like thrown a little sheet over our eyes, because this has been perfect timing for Adam22. And I'm probably gonna like title this video like Adam22 sold his soul. And this is kind of like a conspiracy theory video, but it's not like your Illuminati confirmed type of conspiracy theory. This is just perfect timing for Adam, because if y'all remember, before this whole situation happened, before that video dropped, the things that people were talking about when it came to Adam22 was, number one, the P3DO allegations, if you get what I'm saying, the child allegations. Number two, the racial allegations. And number three, No Jumper falling off. People were saying that No Jumper was done. It was a fallen empire in this, you know, hip hop industry, online industry thing. They were saying No Jumper's done. All the talent was leaving. Like, it was a really rough time on the internet for Adam22 before this tape. Now, it still is. People aren't, you know, like, oh my God, shout out to Adam, but it's a little bit different. They're making fun of him, but it's not super serious. Nobody's like really super seriously like, oh my God, Adam22. I mean, like, obviously some people are like, oh, what about the children, or what about your child, or whatever. But for the most part, it's just jokes and people making fun of him and calling him a CUCK. But for the most part, nobody's really taking this super seriously in terms of like, oh my God, Adam needs to be canceled. Like, nobody's trying to take away his job or his livelihood because of the stuff that's happening. But just a couple of months ago, that was what was going on. That was exactly what was going on all over the internet. And, you know, Adam has had some allegations before, and I'm not here to get up here and be like, oh my God, Adam for sure is a P3DO. I'm not doing that in this video. I'm just saying that that's what everyone was talking about not that long ago. And then just coincidentally, this tape happens, and now nobody's talking about it. No Jumper's views are back up. Everyone's talking about Adam. Nobody cares. Everyone's just freely doing their thing, making jokes about, oh, the BBC, bro. Nobody cares about any of the stuff that people were saying a couple months ago. And I gotta say, I think it was a smart move by Adam. You know, I don't really like the guy. I'm not a fan of Adam22, and I'm not getting on here to try to bash him or accuse him of things, but it's just, these are just true things that happened a couple months ago. I'm not trying to accuse him of anything. These accusations aren't mine. They're made by other people. I'm just here reporting on it. I don't really have any hate or any love for Adam22. I don't particularly like the guy. But you got to admit, this was a smart move. This was a very smart move. Sure, he had to sacrifice his wife in the process, but sacrifices have to be made. Sometimes that just has to happen in business. And it was a smart move. And honestly, like, to get to the like nitty gritty of what happened, I really don't think Adam cares about the situation. I think he's honestly fine with it. I don't think deep down secretly he's like, oh my God, I just don't think he cares. But it was a smart move. He laid down his wife. She was the sacrifice. Everyone took the bait, and nobody's talking about the old stuff anymore. Like, if you remember, this all started years ago with some weird stuff that Adam had said, but it really got hot for him like a couple months ago when this dude whose name is like the Perv Buster or whatever went on a show on No Jumper and started exposing Adam, and I'll show a clip real quick.
So what's up with these allegations of Adam fucking with a 16-year-old?
Nah, come on, bro. We can't do that, man.
What you mean we can't do that?
Come on,
but
bro.
wait, no, I'll be a hit. Wait.
But that's basically what jumped it off, and they were talking about that and the 16-year-old girl and how he was flirting with her over the phone and talking to her, and then finally got with her when she was like 19, which kind of made it felt like he waited for her. Even Joe Budden like chimed in on it and was yelling at Adam22 about it.
Was doing so I got away from her. Well, right. You didn't get away from her if by the grace of God she ends up back in your life while she's now of age. You're spending the night at her fucking mom's house. What type of white boy pervert shit what are you talking about?
And this wasn't just like some, well, he said, she said. Like, no, Adam directly admitted to flirting with this 16-year-old girl. Let me just read you the blog that he himself, Adam22, wrote. He said, I won't even bother telling you the things that she described wanting me to do to her, because by the end of the story, I'll have actually done them all to her and worse. The conversation left me hot and bothered, to say the least. Now, any of the math inclined out there are probably reading this and thinking something like, she's 19 now, you were 23 then. How old was she then? Well, she was 16, but come on, man. Look at her. She's 18 or 19 in most of these pics here, but she didn't look that much different at all then. If statutory is wrong, I don't want to be right. Now, I could make the argument that the age of consent is 16 in Canada, although I'm sure traveling from America to Canada to have sex with a minor is still illegal as hell. But really, fuck an argument. She was stupid hot and I wanted in. That is how Adam22 described his little 16-year-old, I don't know, like friend, I guess, that he talked to on the phone and was kind of flirtatious with. This is what people were talking about a couple of months ago until this story happened. And I'll have to say, like, I'm telling you, this story activated people's bot chips just because it's such a taboo thing. Letting your wife sleep with another man. It's just so taboo that it just snapped on everybody's bot chips. It even got so Illuminati, gazer. The spiritual soul, the awakened Soluminati. Even got his bot chip got turned on by this story.
This is my thing. What? You are a millionaire, my nigga. That's that. You a millionaire. You can give her the world. Why do she still want that?
So Illuminati has never talked about Adam22 in his life until this story came out. He didn't talk about the 16-year-old allegations. He didn't talk about the racial stuff on No Jumper, possibly. But what did he talk about? Adam22 letting his wife sleep with another man. That, like, it even got people who were considered like woke or spiritually woke talking about this stuff. He even got people who are like woke on terms of like the left leaning, like people refer to like people on the left as woke. That's what I mean when I say woke this time. He even got people like that to start reacting and making jokes about Adam22 and the situation when they would have never done this a couple of months ago. And the P3DO allegations, like, that's not where it stopped a couple months ago. People were also talking about this video of Lil Pump.
Y'all know now, I was 16, fucking girls my age, right? Adam was fucking girls that was the same age as me when I was 16. Like, what's wrong with you, bro? You are a straight pedo.
And you know what? To be completely fair to Adam, Lil Pump's not the most reliable source on the internet. He also said that like a day before his album came out. So who knows? Maybe he could have just been clout chasing off the other situation. But then again, these are very serious accusations of somebody who was around Adam22 at that time. And then there's like also allegedly a video of Lil Pump receiving mouth pleasure from a woman his age, and Adam22 is recording it when Lil Pump was like 16. Like, these are the type of things that people were talking about when it came to Adam22 a couple months ago. Now, that his wife is with another man, nobody remembers any of this stuff. And to go even further, it didn't just stop there. There was the whole racial allegations because not too long ago, Adam22 had Richard Spencer, who's literally a neo-Yahtzee. I'm just going to say Yahtzee instead of the word that starts with an N. He's a neo-Yahtzee, and he had him on his podcast debating race with Destiny, who's another streamer. And obviously, you know, Adam22 can platform whoever he wants to platform. It's his show. It's No Jumper. It's owned by Adam22, whatever. But you got to understand that there's going to be a little bit of a weird feeling. There's going to be a little bit of a weird vibe. People are going to look at you kind of funny when you have somebody who is a neo-Yahtzee on your show when your entire brand has been more or less been built off of black culture, rap culture, and black artists. Like, for a majority of your brand, a majority of the reason as to why it's as big as it is today, artists like XXXTentacion and a whole bunch of others who have been on that show, it's kind of been built around black culture and covering that topic and covering hip hop and covering rap. So when you have a guy on here who's a Yahtzee, it's a little bit of a weird look. And then, you know, they have the whole slave master joke that Destiny makes or whatever, and you employ almost strictly black people. It makes you look kind of bad. And then those black people all end up leaving at the same time. It was a pretty bad look for No Jumper. People were saying No Jumper was done, No Jumper was finished. The only people that stayed around was Sharp and what's his name, Flacco. That was like it. Everyone else was gone. All the other black talent who had been working there for years were gone. The situation with House Phone where he exposed it, like, there was just so much going on with Adam22 before this tape, and No Jumper, people were ready to put No Jumper in the toilet. Now everyone's clicking on the podcast, the interviews, because they just want to see people make jokes about Adam and his wife. But it's just flipped. This whole situation has activated the bot chip. The bot chip. Everyone has a bot chip. I'm convinced now. Like, when I seen Soul Illuminati make a video on the situation, I just knew. I was like, oh, wow. He really, like, Adam22 really got us. He really did. You've got spiritual channels talking about you and your wife and that situation, but nobody wants to talk about the 16-year-old and the allegations there and the allegations Lil Pump made. And, like, nobody's talking about that stuff anymore. And it's just crazy to me. It was a smart move by Adam. He had to sell his wife. He had to. But, and also, just to throw it out there as like a little sidebar, a lot of y'all are so obsessed with the fact that Adam22, his wife slept with a black guy. Like, it's become almost as big as the story itself. Like, if Adam22's wife was with a white guy, it would still be a big story. Don't get me wrong. But the story is 20 times bigger because it's a black guy. Oh my God, BBC. Like, there's just this weird obsession that a lot of y'all have with black men's meat. And like, it's very strange. And then Adam kind of played into it with the whole, oh, my wife received the BBC and she's restored back to her normal. Like, a lot of y'all are really weird when it comes to that as well. But hey, you know, I'm not going to get in here and talk about how Adam sold his soul to the devil and the Illuminati. I don't know anything about that. Maybe he did. Maybe he didn't. Who cares? But Adam sold his wife. He sold his wife. He sold his soul by selling his wife to kind of clear the history of those allegations. Because, man, I have not heard anybody talk about that stuff in a long time. I haven't heard anybody bring up the P3DO stuff, and I haven't heard anybody bring up the racial stuff in a really long time. And that was all people were talking about with Adam22. People were ready to throw him into a casket, put the dirt on it, do the service, and walk away forever and never come back to No Jumper and Adam22. But now, he's back lit. And all he had to do was let his wife sleep with another man, and she's already a corn star, so, I mean, might as well. But, hey, that's just my opinion. This is just my little video I wanted to make because, man, I just thought it was crazy how everyone's bot chip got turned on by this situation. But if you like this video, leave a like, leave a subscribe. It helps me out a ton. If you made it this far, have a great day. Be safe. Be blessed. Peace.